Okay, challenge accepted. And then, in the process of emailing people and trying to line up a committee and trying to figure it all out and get familiar, I learned that Harper and Kelly are not running for place 2 and 3. And I was like, wait a minute, what does this mean? If we are committing this time and effort to these recalls for the right reasons so that we can get Fate citizens back in our city council making decisions for Fate, what happens if, worst case scenario, right? Best case for them, Cody's recalled, they select her replacement, they've got super majority. Who's running for place 2 and 3? The 2 names that I heard, one rang a bell. She ran against Andrew for mayor last election. My husband and I attended a forum. We actually spoke with her. I'm gonna try to keep it super straightforward and surface level, but in the conversation it was, she's running because she didn't want him to run unopposed. She thought he was a liberal, and she didn't know if she had the time or even actually wanted to run or serve. That was the takeaway of the conversation. So that was who's running for place 2. That's my opponent. And then the other name was a name that I didn't know I wasn't familiar enough with. So I decided it's 2 days before the deadline to run. Nobody's opposing them. If they don't get opposed, then they don't even have to campaign. They just get appointed, basically. And so I decided that I was going to run for place 2 because of my familiarity with the other candidate and her stance and my personal experience of a conversation that I had with her in person. And I could not sit by and know that she endorsed Andrew in May to essentially make sure he becomes mayor. There have been some things that have happened since then that are less than stellar, that lends credence to the idea that the intention was to try to bring her into city council on the next election. And so that was why I decided to run for place 2 specifically, because that was the name that I was familiar with. And if I'm putting forth the effort to try to set things right and remove people from council that are not acting in Fate's best interest, then I'll do my part to try to fill a seat to act in Fate's best interest moving forward as well. You got to be part of the change. I've learned a lot about the person running for place 3 since then, and so I'm glad to see that she also has an opponent. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of outside influence happening right now, and my opponent, Lorna Grove and Melinda McCarthy, are backed by and associated with the Rockwall County GOP, which is the group Andrew and the others are also being supported by. I don't have any personal issues with Rockwall County GOP, but I do believe Fate City Council should be Fate citizens that prioritize Fate first and foremost and not any outside agendas. If we allow the GOP to come in and fill our city council seats, we have essentially negated the entire purpose of city council. One of the things I'd also like to try to see changed, I don't know, but I don't believe that it is appropriate to hold a Rockwall County GOP precinct chair while also serving on a city council in the county. I think that's a conflict of interest, and I think that our charter should be updated to prevent that scenario.